Think back to those teachers you had in school, and probably some of them stand out, good or bad. Is that true? Do you have some real positive memories of some teachers and maybe some negative ones of others? Could it be that the reason why you're thinking negatively about some of the teachers that you are on your mind are because at the time they made you feel kind of crappy or maybe bad? Or the ones that you really loved, Mr. Johnson in phys ed or Mrs. Hunchak in English lit, did they really make you feel good as a human being, as a person? Could that explain why you felt attracted? Have you ever noticed you're attracted to somebody and you're a little uncomfortable with it because you think, well, this isn't a person I'm normally attracted to, but for some reason I feel very attracted to this person. Why is that? And the more I think about it, the more I realize, looking back in my past, that sometimes when that happened, it was just because they did make me feel good about me. They really did. I loved being around them. I loved being near them. I loved what they'd say to me. I'd love the way they'd pick up on some of my strengths as opposed to dwelling on my weaknesses, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why that film is so critically important, because it underpins, that kind of thinking underpins your relationships with your family, your friends, your customers, the people you work with, your bosses, your subordinates, just everybody in your life. Who's got the key to your destiny? Who's flying your plane? Okay? You are. We hope you are, right. But some people would say, and I've heard it said, well, you know, we don't really have much influence. We kind of go through life and we respond to what's happening around us. You've heard the old saying, it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. There's a lot of truth in that. But sometimes we tend to think, because of the way life goes, that, you know, we're really kind of victims. We're just going to do as well as the world will allow us to do. So we're going to question that today. We're going to look at that concept of who's in control of your destiny. Is it our personalities that cause us to act in certain ways? It's partly that. It is partly your personality. But sometimes, you know, we tend to sometimes think, well, I have no choice but to respond this way because that's the way I am. And I think that's where we get into trouble, when we start to surrender and say, well, you know, I can't change. I can't respond. I can't choose another option. So then the question is, I've told you I'd like to be the captain of my own ship. Who's the captain of your ship? Okay? Are you always the captain of your ship? I know I'm not. I try to be. I'm not always. When I'm not, I know that I'm not, and I feel badly about that. I know I missed an opportunity. Who's the captain of your ship?
My children.
Your children. See? Okay. Right on. Would you like to be the captain of your own ship? To some extent? To some extent. And someday you will. Who's the captain of your ship? You are. Always?
I'd like to think so.
Okay, good. We're going to talk later. I'd like to get a few tips from you on that. Maybe I can work them into the program. What about you?
Probably my wife.
Your wife is the captain of your ship. Okay. Honeydew. Yeah, the honeydew list. Yeah, okay. What about you, sir? Who's the captain of your ship?
I am on certain things.
On certain things? And your wife is on others? Okay. Are there other people in your life that sometimes are the captain of the ship?
No, I just don't listen to them.
Okay.